We start out with some breaking news this morning. One man is dead after being hit by a train in Bloomington. Information still somewhat sketchy. Authorities say it happened near the intersection of Front and Allen near Constitution Trail around 12:15 this morning. The McLean County coroner says the man's identity is being withheld pending notification of family. Again, a man hit by a train in Bloomington has died. An autopsy is scheduled for later today. A man is in the McLean County jail after he allegedly kidnapped and abused an elderly woman. Police say 51-year-old Jeffrey Martin severely beat his victim, then took her to the Super 8 motel on War Memorial in Peoria to hide her injuries. Authorities say Martin kept the 79-year-old woman there for a month, starting on December 11th until January 11th, when the alleged victim was able to call for help. Police in Normal say they were already investigating Martin for aggravated domestic battery and financial exploitation of the same woman.
Now to news we are following from around the world. At least 26 people are dead and more than 120 still unaccounted for after a powerful earthquake in Taiwan. Authorities say 24 of those victims were pulled from a 16-story apartment building that collapsed in Tainan. Reports indicate dozens more may still be trapped there. It is just one of 11 buildings heavily damaged by Friday's 6.4 magnitude quake. Taiwan's president canceled his traditional Chinese New Year address to oversee rescue and recovery operations. The United Nations is strongly condemning North Korea after it claims to have successfully launched a satellite into orbit. Saturday's launch is widely believed to be cover for a long-range missile test. It comes just a month after North Korea claimed to have successfully tested a hydrogen bomb. The U.S., Japan, and South Korea are strongly condemning the rocket launch by North Korea. China says it regrets that North Korea went ahead with the launch and is urging all sides to exercise calm.
Now to a story out of Marshall County that we have been following. School is expected to resume later this week for students in the Midland School District. We take you to Lakin, Marshall County. Teachers and community members spent the weekend clearing out the elementary school after tests found high levels of lead, dust, and mold in the building. School officials are currently awaiting the results of air quality tests in the middle school. If the test comes back clear, kindergarten through fourth graders will finish out the school year at the middle school. Fifth graders will have their classes at Midland High School. District officials say they hope to have all the students back in school on Wednesday.
In South America, the president of Colombia says more than 3,100 pregnant women have contracted the mosquito-borne Zika virus. The Colombian president said the government will work across the country to fight mosquitoes, fumigating and helping families rid their homes of stagnant water. Colombia's health minister has said he believes 3 deaths are connected with Zika. The virus has been linked to the devastating birth defect microcephaly, which prevents fetus brains from developing properly. There is no vaccine or treatment. Back in this country, mumps has returned to Illinois State University. Mumps is characterized by swollen jaws and puffy cheeks. 4 cases were confirmed Friday on campus. Another 2 people were infected within McLean County. More than 40 cases of the mumps were reported in McLean County in the fall, many of them at ISU.
We had plans and protocols in place, but certainly talking to U of I folks last fall was very informative.
The worst thing I've had is like a flu, so I was kind of worried, and I didn't know if there was like a mumps vaccine.
Students can purchase a vaccine at Student Health Services.
A local group is aiming to be a voice for those who suffer from mental illness, the National Alliance of Mental Illness, NAMI. And they are in Livingston and McLean counties. They call their project Close the Gap. It is a public forum on community mental health that took place Saturday at the Normal Community Theater.
So that we can put our heads together and start to figure out what are some of the things that are working, and a lot of things are working, especially here in McLean County, and what things could we do differently.
Members of the legal community were also in attendance discussing challenges mentally ill people face in the criminal justice system. Well, the end is near for a landmark in Bartonville. A deal approved last week to demolish the Bowen building, one of the last standing buildings on the grounds of the Peoria State Hospital. 8 years ago, that building was purchased in an attempt to save its historic past, but the buyer says its poor condition and lack of funds made it possible to pay back a loan to the village. Demolition will now take place, and it will allow the village to salvage parts and settle the debt.
It's history. I hate to see history disappear. That was why another reason why I got involved with it was the history. This place is just amazing. This whole hilltop is amazing as far as the history. It's just, they're going away one building at a time. It's a shame, but it just is what it is.
Coming up on News 25 at 10, Bo Ebenezer takes a tour of the old state hospital grounds.
Some District 150 students spent their weekend learning new skills that could one day help them save a life. Around 15 students got the chance Saturday to simulate saving someone from a burning car, talking about ways to help a victim drowning, and learning about dissecting a pig. That's right, the activities are part of GUIDES, a program that stands for Guide, Understand, Inform, Drive, Educate, and Serve. The goal is to encourage minority and students of low socioeconomic backgrounds to pursue jobs in the medical field.
The point is to keep it simple enough that they understand, but still spike an interest.
This is kind of what the roots of medicine are, so, you know, if they're kind of knowing where your field comes from.
Since 2011, the program has looked to mentor underserved students to build trust between the underserved and the medical community and teach young students about medicine.
It's about 9 minutes past the hour. Still to come on News 25 today, the last full day of campaigning for presidential candidates before voters head to the polls on Tuesday in New Hampshire.
And Maddie has another check of your weather first forecast coming up. Right now, a live look outdoors with our Uftring Auto Group Skywatch camera network north side of Peoria. It's wet already, and some of that rain already turning to snow. Maggie's forecast details are next.
You're watching your home team in the morning with Gary Moore, Gina Morse, and Matty Heidenreich's Weather First Forecast. This is News 25 Today.